Hi everyone, today we're going to be learning about how to create more of a background on an image. Sometimes we need more of a background to accommodate text and buttons on a web page, and that's what we'll be doing today. So I have this cute image of a dog opened in Photoshop, and what we're going to do is we're going to first make sure that we have the layer panel open. So I go to Window, Layers, and that'll bring up this if you don't have that already. And we're going to make sure that the background is unlocked. So we do that by clicking on the lock, and then it'll change that layer to layer 0. We'll take the first tool at the top called the Move tool, and we'll select this layer that's now been freed, and we'll move it to the right of our canvas. And I think it's okay to hide the tail of the dog and the back, because what we really want is for the viewers to really focus in on the dog's face, the dog's cute face. And we want to create more of this background to the left to accommodate text and buttons and other items on the web page. So at this point, what I want to do is maybe duplicate this layer so that we work on the duplicate and not the original. So let's do that by clicking Alt, Duplicate, sorry, Control Duplicate. And then I'm going to hide the original by clicking on the eye, hiding it, and just working with the copy. So now I'm going to do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the Content Aware Move tool, which looks like two curved arrows meeting in the middle. And make sure to select Content Aware, Move. And for the mode, click Extend rather than Move. And then I'll select part of this image. Make sure I have the entire image zoomed out here. And here I'll make a loop around the part of the image that I want to duplicate. Now you don't have to be perfect at this stage, but you want to be mindful of what you want to replicate versus what you don't want. For instance, I don't want to duplicate this part of the boat, nor this little part. What I really want is this plain white background, the water, and some of the landscape. So I'll take the loop and I'll shift it to the left, click return. Now Photoshop is going to take a couple of seconds to do its magic, but you'll see it's just duplicated that part of the background that I selected. And I'll do this a couple more times until I fill in the background. Again, don't worry about the imperfections right now. We'll be going over them in just a couple of minutes here. Okay. All right. So we filled in the backgrounds. Now what we'll do is make some refinements to this. So let's work on the boat. So I'm going to be clicking on the Smudge tool, which looks like a finger. I'm going to smooth out this part of the boat. The Smudge tool is really great for smudging out edges. It's almost like smudging paint. And let's see, make sure that the size of the brush is big enough and the hardness is hard enough. I usually like soft brushes because I like blurry edges, especially when you have a photo like this where the focal point of the photo is really sharp on the dog and the rest of the background is a bit blurry. So you can go with a softer brush for this part of the background. Adjust the size of the brush. I'm just smoothing it out. Maybe go the other direction. Okay, great. I'm gonna work on the landscape a little bit. It looks a little jagged. So I'll try the clone stamp tool. The great thing about Photoshop is that it has all these tools, a wide variety of tools that you can use. And the clone stamp is awesome for replicating parts of an image. So the way to use that is by selecting Option, Clone Stamp, and it gives you this little circle. And again, the size of the brush that you select will be the size of the sample that you collect. So I have 92 pixels selected right now, and I'm clicking Option, Select, and that's going to replicate that part of the image that I selected. I'm just going to keep going over this so that I create this angle. And I'll just go over that all the way to the edge. Yeah, look at that. Magic. Okay, now the clouds. I can do this. Make some puff. I don't know if I need that. Maybe take the hardness down a little bit. Maybe adjust the opacity a little bit for the clouds because we don't want opaque clouds. We want soft, semi-transparent clouds. All right, voila. I filled out the rest of my image. It's not perfect for now, but it's good for our needs for now. We can always go back and make more adjustments as needed. But for now, I'll save it because I want to see if it's going to work in the storytelling module. So I'm going to save it as a JPEG. And let's say dog, large background. Hit save. And usually I like to select a quality between 8 and 10. We want something that's high quality, but not so large that it's overburdensome for a website. So I like to pick a quality of 8. That'll be a 317 kilobyte image, which is great for a web page. So that is done. And my next video, we will drop this new image into the storytelling module.